personally done some kind of more readings into, Islam in general.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode on my YouTube channel. Thank you. Alright guys, so today we'll be talking about Ramadan special. We'll be talking about our Ramadan experience for the first time in the US, and I have come here with two very special guests, my friends Abdulrazak and Ahmed. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
You're welcome. So like I said, we'll be doing a Ramadan special episode. You guys will be telling us your experience for the first time having your Ramadan in the US. Do you miss your family? Stuff like that. Also, to start with, we'll start with a very simple game, which is complete the verse from the Quran.
Okay.
So Zach will start with you. So I'll read a verse and then you complete it.
Yep.
Maybe Ahmed will go forward. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Inna atayna kalikawsar.
Fasolli li rabbika wanhar.
Ahmed.
Inna shaniyaka huwal abtar.
That was a very simple one.
Too simple, right? All
It
right,
was simple, not too simple. Give us simple ones like that.
But shouldn't it be one surah, then he will complete it, then they'll come
It's
to me?
still cool.
Yeah,
However
it just
it's ended,
happened
it's
and
still
I just
cool.
went with the flow like that.
Yeah. Well, let's go with the flow.
Let's go with the flow.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's go with the flow.
But how will
So-
you track who is...
Who won, right?
So I
That's
got mine
true.
right.
It
So
will
you
be
two get yours
bonus.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
We just go with the flow.
So Ahmed, your turn.
Okay.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yasin.
Wal Quran. Faida.
Faida.
Yes, but I just answered it.
Yeah.
I just
He
answered
did
it.
it now, yeah.
Yes. But he
But
saying it's
where
a
you
difficult
jump?
one. It's a difficult one.
But yes.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
that's why.
I got it.
Give me to 5. It was very popular now. All right. Zach, let's go.
Alright.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ar-Rahman. Alamali Quran. Kalakoli Insan.
Okay. I will accept that I have failed this one.
All right. Ahmed, bonus.
Allamahul bayan.
All right. That's good. All right, Zach again. Or Ahmed, right?
Ahmed, yeah.
Me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Izaji an-nasrullahi wal-fatih.
Right? And now say the Huluna feeling la fuaja.
No,
Yeah, it's correct now.
Afwaja.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
When they said
No.
you should go to Arabic school.
No.
you don't
Wait,
go,
no.
you
Start
run.
again.
Izaji
Nasrullahi
an-nasrullahi
wal
wal-fatih.
fatu. Right? And now say the Huluna
Okay.
feeling la fuaja.
Okay.
So Zach, your turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it a little bit up. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alif Lam Mim. Zalika al-kitab la rayba fihi hudan lil-muttaqin.
I will fail this one too.
Ahmed, please. Bonus.
Faida.
Why are you starting with the
Skip.
longest surah in the Quran?
Alif Lam.
So that's like the most popular. It's more. Like I said, when they go to Arabic school, what do you do?
Yeah, I was always skipping school. so-
Yeah.
Move.
All right, guys. So that's. Thank you. There's no winner. That's all. So
But it's 4. You said you have 5, right?
yeah, how many did we do?
We did
think
3.
did
I think 3.
Oh, actually, do I have 5? Or let's just move on.
Okay.
Because of the
Okay.
time. All right. So the next game is Would You Rather. I'm going to read this one from my phone. So. All right, guys. So we'll start the Would You Rather question. Would you rather break your fast with dates or fruit salad?
With dates, of course.
Ahmed.
Dates.
For me, it's fruit salad. But yeah, I'll do dates because it's recommended. But if I have the option.
But why would you do fruit salad?
I just don't like dates. There's a way dates taste. I don't know why you
Preference.
guys really like
But why
it.
don't you like dates?
It's not as sweet. I don't want to say it's overhyped.
It's not as sweet. Dates is
too
not
Dates is
sweet.
not sweet.
It's too sweet, but it just doesn't go well.
Well,
I've seen somebody that shared the same idea, so you guys cannot.
yeah, well, date because first and foremost, date is recommended, and
Yeah.
2, date is sweet. So, I mean, yeah,
It's nice.
yeah.
All right. Second question: would you rather spend Ramadan in Mecca or Medina?
Mecca.
I mean, we've not been to any of the two.
Yeah, I haven't. So probably Mecca.
Yeah, probably
Probably
Mecca as
Mecca,
well.
Okay.
Last one: would you rather read the Quran all night or pray extra Tarawih?
I would rather read the Quran because earlier in the video you could see how my brain was foggy. So I would rather read the Quran.
All night.
Yeah, because
all night.
yeah, I mean,
all night.
yes.
You are reading the Quran all night.
all night.
And
What
the
time is all
Tarawih
night?
is all night as well.
No, just extra during the time. Maybe like 40 raka.
Yes, at this moment,
Like 40
I
rakah.
think
I think Quran. Even me,
yeah, I'll read the
go with
Quran all night because I need to get my.
If I've
A
already
game on.
done
You
like
can't even
Tarawih,
get to sleep.
if I've done like an adequate amount of like Tarawih, I'll just go with reading the Quran.
All night.
This is not
Wow,
even an
okay.
if for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to read the Quran more, so I will do the Quran all night.
I get you though.
Yeah.
But I think I will do extra Tarawih.
Mm.
All right, guys. So thank you. That's the end of the game. If you have any comments, if you have anything to say, please leave your comments. So we'll go straight into the main discussion now. I want to talk about Islam. I want to talk about Ramadan.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Yes.
So my first question, which is like finding Islam on your own and understanding the beauty of Ramadan. I understand the three of us were born into a very Muslim family, but you know that Islam is not just by being born there. You need to, like, as you grow older, you need to find Islam on your own. You need to understand what is right, what is wrong. You've passed that age where your parents have to force you to pray, basically. So my first question is, how has Ramadan changed for you over the years? Over the years. Yeah.
Will you answer this or you want me to go first?
I can go first.
All right.
Okay.
So I started fasting like at an early age. I was doing fasting like an early age, but I really didn't understand fasting. I was just doing fasting because I was born into Islam. I was, it was sort of like the bare minimum of like an African Muslim child. When you are born in like a Muslim house, you just need to pray, you just need to do fasting. So I was just doing it. I didn't really, go the extra mile to understand what exactly the blessed month is about, what Ramadan entails and all of that. I was just, following my family doing it. But over the years, I've kind of personally done some kind of more readings into, Islam in general, like Ramadan in general, like the kind of blessings that you get when you are fasting, the kind of blessings that you get especially in, let's say, Laylatul Qadr, like the last 10 days of Ramadan. And it's life-changing, and I have like first-hand kind of experienced the power of like Ramadan when you pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like when you ask for something from Allah, especially in this holy month, it comes true. It's not even a drill, it comes true. And yeah, I'm leaving some blessings that I have prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So over the years, I've kind of learned like what Ramadan is. I'm still learning what Ramadan is, but I think it's way better than when I was, growing up and I wasn't really, into it as much. But yeah.
Yeah.
That's profound.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Zach.
So I think we have a similar story. Growing up, we saw our parents doing it, and I grew up in an extended family home, so we had a lot of Muslims. Like in my household, we had like 50 plus people, and all my peers were doing it. So I was like, maybe I don't have an option, and I was also doing it. But honestly, I didn't like doing it because Ramadan. Let's be real. It's not easy
It's
per
not
se,
easy, yes.
because your body is used to eating, getting energy, and now you have to abstain from food, and not just the food. Some thoughts, some habits.
Yes, a lot of them.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very stubborn kid. So I used to get into it with my parents. But growing up, like I said, my siblings were doing it, I was doing it. Not all 30 days. Sometimes I would do 20, sometimes I would do 15. But averagely, I would do half. And JHS, I was doing it more. I was hitting 25 to 30. And when I go to SHS, my parents were not there with me in school. So I was like, who is here to supervise?
Yeah.
So for some reason, I just started becoming more stubborn with Ramadan and started reducing the days. And just recently, a few years ago, I was like, you know what? I mean, like Faida said earlier, our parents are not here to force us, but we need to learn on our own.
Yeah.
So I started getting my Deen game on, started reading more, and you know, my first one, the United States now. You remember when we wanted to start, I was a little bit nervous. I was saying I wouldn't be able to do all of it. But today we are 23.
Yeah, 23
and we are
days
still
in.
going, right?
Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah.
We're still
Allahu
going.
Akbar.
Yep. And also, one reason why I was nervous was because I was diagnosed with ulcer 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And last year I tried, it wasn't all that good. But this year, I don't even feel like it's just smooth. 23 out of 30. I haven't missed any, and I'm proud of myself, you know. And
I'm proud of you.
Next question.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for answering that. Oh, for me as well. I think the older I get, the more Islam, Ramadan, everything just grew on me. You get to unlearn, relearn, and do other things. You see something, you read. In Islam, you actually have to like research for knowledge. It is compulsory, so you need to know all these things and grow out of it. Anyway, so my second question: what's your most memorable Ramadan moment?
This year or
ever?
I think my most memorable one will be the first Ramadan I completed. So my dad had a way that he motivated us to start. I think I was 11 or 12, I don't remember, but I was young.
Okay.
And he made a promise: if we completed one full Ramadan from, let's say, Fajr to Maghrib, he was going to buy a present for us. And that day it wasn't easy.
How old were you?
Like 11, 12.
Okay.
But I was young. I was young and still naive, and I was ready to do it for the gift. For the gift. I'm not going to lie about this, for the gift. And I was able to do it. The gift never came, but the things he said to me, that was very encouraging, and I would say that's the most memorable one, I would say. So yeah.
Ahmed?
Most memorable, I've been thinking, but for some reason, I don't know if I have brain fog, but nothing is coming. But I'll just use last year's Ramadan. Last year's Ramadan, I was actually living alone. So, I was doing Ramadan alone. I was waking up alone to do like suhoor. I was breaking like iftar alone. I was going to the mosque alone, Taraweeh. And it's pretty difficult if you are doing it alone, because there's like no one around you for you to kind of not like look at them and get motivation, but there's this, there's not much enthusiasm as stuff but I think I was still able to do it, and I feel like that was my most perfect in my eyes, not in the eyes of Allah, but I feel like that was my most perfect Ramadan. And I think especially I was also asking Allah for a lot of things to happen to me. So I think I was really, really on my game, on my Ramadan game, my iftar, my Taraweeh game, Tahajjud. I would go, like, I was praying in the mosque. I would go for Tahajjud in the mosque, Taraweeh, like I was doing all of that. And I was living alone, so it was, you had to motivate yourself to actually want to wake up to go and do it. Not having anyone like waking you up. So I'll just say that one.
Nice. Thank you.
Are you going to answer the question too?
Yeah. So my most memorable has to be like 2020. 2020, I was doing my NYSC. I was staying with my aunt in another state in Ibadan, basically. And my aunt has a shop where she stays, and I follow her to the shop, and then I go back home around 4 p.m. to cook for iftar. So around 5 p.m., I will sit down with our kids. We'll all sit down in the living room. Then we'll do like askar, so many things. We'll do this to like 6 before I go back to cook. I remember I was the one who taught them this Allahumma innaka afuwwun tuhibbul afwa. So literally every year during Ramadan, whenever I speak to my auntie, these kids are always like reciting this to me, and I just will not forget that Ramadan.
Mashallah.
2020 was good. It was like Ahmed said, I was alone as well. I was praying that, after NYC, I want to get a job. I don't want to stay at home. And I feel like Almighty Allah answered that prayer. I mean, maybe I didn't specify the kind of job I want and the salary I wanted, but I did not sit at home after NYC. I got a job. So yeah, it was really my most memorable and very emotional. So to my next question, this is more like Islam itself. So I have a question that says, what are the small and practical ways that you think you can increase your spirituality and your faith, basically?
Small and practical ways.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the answer that I have in my head is small or practical. I think, it's practical, but it's not small. But I think the foundations of it is just having a clean heart.
Yeah.
Like just being kind for no reason at all. Just be kind to other people, regardless of their religion.
Yeah.
It's that word, we use it a lot, being kind, but do we really practice it? And I think that is the fundamentals of it, just to be kind. So yeah.
That's great.
That's good.
I think constantly asking Allah for forgiveness is the one for me, because day in, day out we sin. Like every single day on this earth we sin.
We are sinners.
Like we are sinners. Like we are sinners. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself said, he wants us to be constantly asking him for forgiveness. Like constantly asking for forgiveness. Even if before you make dua, you need to first ask him for forgiveness. And asking for forgiveness, I think it's the most essential and also most basic, like fundamental I think act of worship, like the question that you asked. So yeah, I think asking for forgiveness,
basically. All right, I think you guys have said everything I was going to say, but I'm just going to add like being intentional. It's just more like when you are kind, when you're asking for forgiveness, because you are intentional, because you want to grow your faith. You are so sure that God, please, I want to do this thing. I want to do. So you have to like make that decision from your heart that I need to be intentional about it. And same way you are going to pick up your phone. There's everything on the internet. Please just find knowledge, make research. There's a lot to learn in Islam, and I feel like when you are intentional about it, you will learn it.
Yes, I actually like that point. And also I think aside from being intentional, you should also be like you should also have conviction, right? Like you should trust in Allah that what you are asking for, like you deserve it, like you would have it. You shouldn't just ask, like when you ask for something, you shouldn't doubt that Allah will do it for you. Like you should have it at the back of your mind that what I've asked for, I deserve it and I'm going to have it. So I think conviction also goes hand in hand with
but do you guys know
that
statement that they say that when something doesn't come for you, that means it's not for you.
It's not your portion.
It's not your portion. Yes.
That is my dad's favorite quote. Whenever he tells me, like I tell him, "Hey, Dad, I'm looking for something, and I need you to pray for me." And he always says it. You get it. If you don't get it, then it means it's not meant for you. That's what he says, and I do believe that because, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not give you something that will harm you. If it's your portion, you will get it.
Yes,
no doubt about that.
Makes sense. All right, so for this month of Ramadan, my next question is, how can we support each other to grow spiritually?
I think when we started, the most obvious and the most simplest one is I was trying to wake you guys up the first few days,
Yeah.
and when I noticed every day that I called, you were already up, I stopped. And I think Faida, you also called me once or twice, and you've been cooking for us. So that one, it's a very important one.
Yes.
And you guys have been taking me to mosques.
Oh yes. So I mean, supporting us to do due diligence, like for example, going to the mosque, helping you with the iftar that you did yesterday, which was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's the same. You know, I think the same energy that we can just supporting each other in our daily activities.
Yes.
I mean,
I believe in that too, like supporting each other, being there for each other. Yes.
All right. So there's this trending thing. It has actually stopped trending right now. When Ramadan just started, there were a lot of. I know you guys are not married. Just have an opinion on this. There were married people, like recently married people, were saying they miss iftar at their family home instead of the iftar in their husband's house. Now, what do you guys think about it?
Well, first of all, I'm not married, so my comments are just me having read.
So
and
related
observed.
to like missing iftar, I mean missing Ramadan, your first Ramadan in the US, and missing home.
Well, it feels different because I'm not eating my mom's food, right? And it's not my first time doing Ramadan away from home, because I have been away from home for a long time. But this is being away from my country. This is different. Now I have to wake up on a different time zone, and the sunset here is a different time back from home. But I think your question is about iftar, right? So at home, you just feel the love around, like your mom, your dad, your family, your siblings. It's different. Here, there's an equivalent love at the masjid, but it's different. I just don't know the words for it, but it's different. But to answer your first question with the marriage one, I think it will obviously be a similar feeling, but you should also understand, when you get married, your husband or your wife becomes your family. Right? It's just life. You just have to grow that same kind of love towards them, because a time will come that would be probably your only family. So we just have to embrace the present moment. And like right now, I miss my mom, I miss my family back home. Yesterday when my brother called on phone, he was trying to advise me about the tahajjud. You remember we were talking on it. Yeah, so I missed him, but I still have a family here that I'm still enjoying this moment, because this is where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants me, and that is why I'm here today. So yeah.
That's true. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. So I also share like a similar experience. So for some years now, I've been doing like Ramadan alone. Yes, like almost alone. Yes. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually miss having iftar with like my family. There's this sense of like togetherness and like unity, like that family carries. Yeah, and like you said, if you get married, I'm not married, so I can't really talk more about it, but certainly when you get married, your wife and your new kids now become your new family. So maybe in your first Ramadan, I see, maybe I understand them saying they miss iftar with their family, but after that, I think this is like your new life. So you just need to conform with it, and it's not too different. It's not going to be too different, because you just went from a different family to a new family. So at least you still have people around you, so that sense of unity and togetherness and like love is still around you. So do
you know what would be cool? Having both families together.
Yes,
that would be different. That would hit different.
Yes,
that's true.
But that's also rare to happen.
Yeah, especially if people are in different countries.
Countries, yeah.
So I agree with you guys' thoughts and ideas. And yes, for the married people, I feel like that feeling that you had in your parents' family, your parents actually built to that extent. They started from being the two of them to having kids, to having that togetherness. So I feel like it's something you also get to in your own marriage as well, inshallah. So yeah, I agree. Then for missing home, of course, we all do. I miss home so bad.
I miss home too.
All right, so to my next question, do you guys have any Ramadan traditions with your family that you guys do? Anything you want to share? Maybe Eid tradition, anything? How is it like?
Eid or Ramadan?
Do you have both? Tell me.
Yeah, we have. Like, for example, my dad always makes tea. He always makes the tea. So my mom or whoever is available to cook, my sisters, my cousins, they will cook whatever that we will eat that day. But for the tea, my dad, he is the captain of the tea, and when he finished, like, he will just call everyone, and he knows everybody's like quantity, the cup. So that tradition, and yeah, I miss them, man.
Amazing. Yeah, that's something you can do when you get married.
Yeah, the tea belongs to me.
To you.
Yeah, the tea belongs to me.
Yeah, Ahmed, do you have any?
For traditions, I mean, it's like just like normal, your mom cooking, like your sister cooking, like there's tea around. It's just like normal. But I would say like Eid tradition that maybe me personally I do is after Eid I like to sleep. Like normally I'm not someone who sleeps in the afternoon, but I don't know, like on Eid there's just something about that post Eid nap that hits different.
Yeah. I also sleep.
I just don't know. It's just something about it.
But usually that sleep in my home, it's not allowed because there is work to be done, and you need to be awake to do all that work. Especially on Eid al-Adha.
Yes.
You can't sleep.
But for Eid al-Fitr, mostly you get the chance to.
You're not sleeping this year though, whichever way. I mean, so for my family, we don't really have any. I think one major one is that we have an agreement with my mom that she makes sahur and we make iftar. So she wakes up earlier because she wakes us up to pray later. But it's just one constant thing that she will be the one to make that sahur and all of that. But aside that, it's just the togetherness at iftar. And each day, the way the cousins, everybody comes together. Oh my God.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So my last question for you guys is, what are your go-to iftar and sahur meals? Go-to, like
right now.
Go-to
Right now. My iftar, my suhoor. My suhoor, I think both suhoor and iftar meals are they've fallen off. When I was back home in like Ghana, right?
Yeah.
Especially with family, you get food to eat.
Of
like
course.
Mama's around, she would cook.
Solid
There's
food.
fruits, there's porridge. Like you just get full. You can't even eat all of them. But right now, like currently, for suhoor, starting with suhoor, usually I just drink water. I just have dates and drink water. And maybe have an apple. Ever since we started Ramadan, I've not had like solid food for suhoor. I just don't feel like having it. And I don't know I'm not sure it's laziness to cook, but I just don't feel the need to eat. Not the need to eat, I just don't feel hungry to eat. And usually when I eat too much, I remember when I was previous years, right? When I eat too much, the Ramadan really deals with me. So I just like to, go with it light. Yeah. And then for iftar right now, maybe oats, oats, fruits, then maybe I would eat after let's say Isha. Yes. Nothing major, but then or maybe we'll go to the mosque, then we'll break our fast.
Whoa. I just eat what's available.
So what's your go-to sahur meal?
Now I would say I take oats more now, because oats is very easy to cook, quick, and I'll make omelets and bread. Unlike you that you take just water. Me,
You like it solid.
I like it solid. Oats is not solid.
It's
though.
not solid, yes.
Yeah, but it's because I'm used to eating
solid. Like you need to
solid
feel
food.
something in your stomach.
Exactly.
Yes.
And because I told you earlier,
Yeah, you also have
ulcer, so I need to at least have something in my stomach.
Mm.
However, my body needs a lot of water to
Oh yeah.
digest all that, so I get thirsty a lot in the day, but it's cool. And I mean, back at home growing up, we used to do a lot of rice and tea. Tea is constant. So
yes.
when we started the Ramadan, I think the first 5 or 6 days, my go-to was tea. Every day tea. And then I was like, you know what, I need to up the game and get something solid. Then I went for oats, and guess what I took today?
What?
Jollof.
The
Jollof from Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey from yesterday.
Oh, that's nice.
You did your big one with that jollof.
Yeah. And I still have some half that I might probably eat tonight
today.
or for tomorrow.
Oh, that's sweet. And your iftar? Go to iftar.
That one is what's available because I've been going to the masjid. Yesterday I ate jollof. 2 days ago I ate something different. But it's mainly rice.
Yes.
And when I do take iftar at home, it's sometimes rice. We've done wache. We've done kenke. Yeah, so
great.
it's just a normal food that we just eat. But I just break my fast with dates, and sometimes I've also taken fruits, banana, apple. Yeah, so.
Yeah. So for me, I think tea or water for sahur, and then for iftar is always masjid. Well, I think the days I cooked were like spaghetti.
And yeah, we've actually had spaghetti 2 or 3 times at Friday's place too. Remember, we've had spaghetti.
This Ramadan, yes.
We've had
Really?
Spaghetti or Indomie.
The day that we were
Especially Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. The day that we were hyping.
I feel like even this Tuesday.
Yeah, this Tuesday.
This Tuesday on camera.
Yeah, this Tuesday.
Yes.
Evidence Day.
Yeah.
Evidence Day.
I mean, Tuesdays are so busy for us, so you know.
I understand. But no food for you guys. Anyways, so this last one is like a reflection. So if you guys can share what's that one personal goal that you've set or prayer for this Ramadan?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
And a tough one.
And a tough one.
Personal goal.
I think I've set a lot of goals.
Yeah.
Just one of them.
Anyone you can share. Yeah.
You know, probably summer is coming, so I think, you know, get something going on for me for summer. It's one of like the duas that I'm looking at. So maybe it could be a job or like an internship or like, you know, just anything on the side that I could do that could, you know, get me some, you know, cash. Yes. So I think that's one of the stuff that I'm praying actively for, and I know inshallah ta'ala is going to come through. Yeah. For all of us.
Personal goal. I was going to say my sleeping schedule changed because I wake up every day at 5:30 a.m. every day, and now I don't even need the alarm to wake up because me usually that's the time that sleep is the sweetest, you know. But that is not a very quantifiable personal goal. I think the most obvious one would be I got my driver's license within Ramadan. Yeah, I did the exam. I got to the driver's license, and alhamdulillah, I also bought my first car. So, yeah.
Shout out to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yeah, shout out. You know,
You bought our car.
Yes, that's where we are right now.
That's what. Because on a normal Sunday or a weekend, we are going nowhere. We'll be in our rooms all day. But guess what? We outside.
We finally got it, and man. I'm just happy, man, because
you are living in your
and it happened my first Ramadan in the United States, and we spoke about it a lot.
Yes,
in this same location. You remember when we came to write our exam?
Yeah.
And it did happen. So
somewhere 4 weeks ago, that was like every single conversation that we have was about cars, you know, inconvenience and everything. Yeah.
Transportation.
Ah.
But here we are.
Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So, any reflection? Anything you want to reflect on before Ramadan started? I mean, of course, we've dropped so many habits.
Yes. I think dropping a lot of habits, like listening to too much secular music, you know, like dropping a lot of habits. I feel like in general, like on a normal day, what kind of habits? Like bad habits, like, you know, talking anyhow to people, or maybe being rude. Like me, I'm not a rude person. I'm very good, but we just sin. But then I feel like I've been very conscious of yes, and especially annoying this girl. I've been very conscious about it. I've been trying like you know, to be a very good Muslim this Ramadan. Yeah,
I agree with that. Like the things we say with our mouth, you know, when you see somebody say, "Oh, look at this person," I do that a lot. Those things you kind of cover. So, what do you guys think about these things that we say we drop it during Ramadan? I mean, our time is almost over, but quick one. Do you think it's something we can do after Ramadan? Or this?
It's not something we can do. It's something we are supposed to do. But we leave.
Are we going to do it?
Are we?
Well, I intend to.
What are the chances?
Yes.
The chance
we will try.
Yeah, you know, something is definitely going to trigger something. But that's why you should always remember the days of Ramadan. However you were in Ramadan, that is how you should live. Me, you're talking about habits. I've dropped a lot of habits. You guys know already. I've dropped a lot of habits that were not particularly halal. And this is not an excuse, but I think where we are, geographical location, sometimes you get tempted to do some things that's not necessarily doing halal haram things, but sometimes you do something and you reflect on like, oh, okay, I shouldn't have done that. And in Ramadan we are more conscious, like you said earlier. So I think after Ramadan we need to stay more conscious because
we need to keep on with.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the way things are for me now, the way I'm like, even my sleep schedule and the way I'm always conscious. I'm always checking my pillars app when it's time to pray. I'm always on time.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, and even when we have class, usually when we have Tuesday class and it's Maghrib, we don't pray. But now, even when we are in class, we just excuse ourselves and we just pray.
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah, so these are the things that, I mean, we are supposed to. And you know, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the strength to do that.
Yes, I think that's the main thing. May Allah guide us.
May Allah guide us.
Yes. Wow, thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. To everyone who is going to be watching this, tell us what's your biggest or favorite part of Ramadan, and I pray may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us with the biggest blessings of this holy month and this last 10 nights. I pray we all find our blessings. May Allah accept our prayers. May we find favors in everything we do. Thank you guys so much. Should we recite Surah Al-Fatiha?
Yes.
Alright. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Thank you guys.
Yes, and to end it, like Allah said, like He said in the Quran, فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
After